Hey everybody, welcome back to Vinyl Talk with Tavis, and I'm Tavis. Coming home from work, I stopped by McDonald's. I go through the drive-thru and you get something, you go pay for it, then you get your meal and drive away. Have you ever had a situation happen in which you get home, or maybe you're driving home, to realize that they did not give you the right order? Maybe it was less than what you wanted, totally wrong order, and you're very upset. Mine was the opposite. All I wanted was some chicken McNuggets and some of those McDonald's fries. I think a long time ago I did a video about Mickey D's fries. They're so good. But when I came home, I had the most humongous order ever. And I'm not complaining. It was like 6 chicken tenders, 2 cheeseburgers, a big thing of fries. I did not go back and say, hey, I got the wrong order. I kept it. Anyway, I've digressed. Class is in session. I'm sure you know the answer, but let's ask the question. Who was the first female to win the Grammy for Album of the Year? Judy Garland. That's right. And which album won her that Grammy? This one. Live at Carnegie Hall. I've been wanting this record for years. Ever since I started back collecting. I think I've been collecting really hard now for the past year and a half, but off and on for the past 3 years. But I've wanted this record since 2000 and I believe it was 2014. No, 2012, because I remember I was going to a concert and it was in 2012. And a friend of mine had this on CD, and I had never heard this album before. Never. And the wonderful thing about Judy Garland, well, first of all, let me start with this. For the past month, I've been teaching my kids about musical movies. And in fact, it's an ongoing theme this year. And we started by watching The Wizard of Oz. Okay? Now, that in itself could be a whole video. But that movie is still so mesmerizing and captivating. That tornado scene, if you didn't tell me how they actually created that scene, I would not know how they did it. And to be quite honest, I don't want to know how they did it. I have a friend of mine who's been trying to tell me how they did it. I was like, no, I don't want to know. I just want to keep that vividness in my mind about the scene and how the tornado is approaching the house and she's trying to get to her Auntie Em and Uncle Henry, and she can't get in the cellar, and all of a sudden the house just ascends in the air in the tornado, or Dorothy calls it the cyclone when she tells Toto, we must be up inside the cyclone. Classic scene. Just, anyway. So, because we've been watching that video for so long, it takes so long to watch segments of the movie, and the kids are just entranced. And it made me want to dive deeper into her discography. And this is really something to behold. It's something that your ears need to behold. This won a Grammy in 1962 for Record of the Year. And what makes this so special is that she had been suffering from drug abuse and weight gain. And she was asked to do this show at Carnegie Hall. And so to know that she was going to come through the fire of her drug abuse and do this show with all the intensity that it had in it, it was really a great, great time in history. It's considered one of the best performances in show business history, and it's captivated It's captured in this 2 LP set here. I bought it tonight at Records with Merit. A wonderful, just a great record store here in Kansas City, Missouri. The lady is just so wonderful and nice, and all she carries are brand new albums. Jazz, R&B, pop, soundtracks. And I just happened to ask her, did she have this? And she knew exactly where it was. Talking about a lady who knows where her records are. It's kind of a small place. It's not really huge. Probably about the size of a regular sized living room. But she has everything across the, on the walls, you know, and it's just beautifully organized. And she has lots of soda and wine and beer and water to share with her customers. And she's a grand lady. Her name is Ann. Ann, if you're watching this, kudos to you. You are a phenomenal record seller. So she had this, and I had to get it. And I did some research, of course. And so to know that she was the first lady, Judy Garland, to get the record of the year in 1962, it really was a groundbreaking achievement. And such energy, her voice, she was such a belter. The lady could belt. Just a wonderful jazz singer. But going back to the Wizard of Oz, and I do have that Wizard of Oz soundtrack. I think I showed that a while back. Just to know that she was so full of energy in that small frame of hers. It's just amazing. And her accomplishments from being a child actor and doing the Wizard of Oz and growing up and then having those children, Liza Minnelli. I love Liza Minnelli. I think she's phenomenal. Class act. I mean, she probably did some crazy things in the 90s, but who hasn't done crazy things? But I digress again. What else can I say about Judy? What do you all feel about Judy Garland? There's this new movie about her, and I just refuse to watch it. I don't want anything to tarnish what I already know about her. Have you all seen the new movie about Judy Garland? If you have, leave it in the comments below. I've not seen it. Maybe I will when it comes out on DVD. Who knows? But I wanted to do an unboxing of this Grammy Award-winning double LP set of Judy Garland live at Carnegie Hall. Let's look at the back. She's touching her fans, her audience. Recorded Sunday, April 23rd at 8:30 p.m. Wow. Yeah, it says it's 180 grams with new notes by Terrence McNally. So let's open this up. I can't play it on YouTube. It says it won't let me. I looked at the music policy. I'm going to keep these stickers some way, somehow. How are you all doing today? You all having a great day? This is the eve of Thanksgiving Eve. Okay, here it is. Let's watch it together. Let's look at it together. There she is. The wonderful Judy Garland. Let me read a little bit to you. Just sit back and relax. Let me read to you. I'll be your Sandman tonight. On the evening of April 23rd, 1961, 3,165 privileged people packed the world-famous Carnegie Hall in New York beyond its capacity and witnessed what was to be probably the greatest evening in show business history. Now you will join those privileged few and thrill to that very performance, which has been captured live and undiluted in this album. Here is the complete concert. These two concerts contain rare show business history, recorded permanently with all the excitement and electricity of that evening. The evening has gone by, but you will be able to relive it many times with this masterpiece. I'll read just a little bit more. The New York Herald Tribune put it this way: there was an extra bonus at Carnegie Hall last night. Judy Garland sang. The Long Island Press had their way of putting it. Judy Garland's concert at Carnegie Hall will go down in show business history. The New York World Telegram used words like, "This kid is still a killer." And the New York Post exclaimed, "Last night, the magnetism was circulating from the moment she stepped on stage." Every newspaper unanimously acclaimed the triumph Judy Garland had in this fantastic evening, and it was culminated by Variety, the Bible of the business, which said, New York's Carnegie Hall was supercharged on both sides of the footlights Sunday evening. Wow. I love this gal. I think she's phenomenal. So let's look at, oh, I see something extra in here. Oh, these are the extra notes from Terrence McNally. Let's see what he says. If you don't mind, indulge me, please. Show business is giving to hyperbole, but I don't think anyone has ever seriously challenged the simple truth that on April 23rd, 1961, at Carnegie Hall in New York City, Judy Garland gave the single greatest solo performance of all time. How could they? It was. I know this to be true because I was there. You will know this to be true when you experience this recording of that legendary evening. For once, you didn't have to be there, and you don't have to take it on faith from someone who was. The proof is in the recording. And it goes on and on. Great notes. Can't wait to read more of that. Let's see what else is in here. Just the albums themselves. Let's take a look. On Capitol Records. Oh yes, it's heavy. Here's one. Brand new. Can't wait to play it. And I'll show you the second one, although we know it looks like the first. Here's 3 and 4. Have you all, maybe you own records when they are double sets? Have you owned the albums, or do you own the albums in which you'll see 1 here and 3 here and 2 on the other one and 4 on the other side? Because I believe back in the day, you could have your records stacked on each other and they would fall, and you want one to fall and then you want the second one to fall, and it would be on side 2 with the second album. Do you all remember that? I remember my dad had a record player like that. He would hold it like that. He would have 2 records stacked on each other and they would drop. And when the other one was finished, the second one would drop and play. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Hope that makes sense. Well, that was just an unboxing of Judy Garland's Live at Carnegie Hall, recorded in 1961. I just wanted to share this with all of you, and hope you all are doing well, and I hope that you all have a wonderful, momentous Thanksgiving. Blessings to all of you, peace, love, joy, and all the great things. And above all, with music. And with Judy Garland. Be inspired and stay inspired.